I wanted to tell this story just for my own memory so I can look back and remember what this was like. In June of this year, I was the closest I have ever been to a tornado. I live in Oklahoma. Tornado warnings have been commonplace my entire life. Um, we take them seriously, but we also know that there are a lot of tornado warnings that are nothing. So on this particular day, there was a really strong rotating storm system that was, I don't know, it was just a bad storm. And watching all the live streams and everything, they kept talking about how huge it was. And there were videos, this was when it was still daylight, so you could see the clouds really well. Huge, massive amount of clouds that's just rotating, trying to form a tunnel. Not a tunnel, form a funnel. And but anyways, it was like 25 minutes away from here, and our sirens went off. It was a sunny day at my house. You could see off in the distance, you could see dark clouds, but directly at home, it was a sunny day. I would have been comfortable going for a walk with my child through the neighborhood. I was not concerned. And I thought it was ridiculous that the sirens were going off with it obviously not being a problem where we are. But I also knew it was on its way. We kept watching radar. We could tell that, okay, it's going to hit soon. The storm was different. It was really different. So the skies, over the course of time, the skies got dark. It started raining just a little bit. The wind, you could just tell, okay, the storm is moving in. I went to the restroom thinking, okay, we're going to start, looking on radar and stuff. But went to the restroom, and before I could even get out of the restroom, it just like hit, like, boom, here it is. Here's the storm. It was a major, all of a sudden, hit. So I jump out of the bathroom into the hallway, and like, whoop, there's my whole family, except my husband, who I usually have to yell at him to get in here with us, but he wasn't too far off. And we stand in the hall, we're like, oh my goodness, that was sudden. Then we go peek out the windows barely for just a second, and it's just like, I don't know, it's a storm. But what was scary is it sounded different, and it kind of felt different. That was the main thing. It felt different. You could feel pressure in the air, or the lack of pressure. I'm not sure. Something in the air felt weird. In the hallway, we have the bedroom doors and the bathroom door closed, and although there's no wind, obviously, in the house, under the little crack under the doors, the air, about an inch worth of air was just circling all around our feet. That was weird. I was looking at my daughter, she's 21. I was looking at her, and she's looking at me like, what's happening with the air at the very bottom of the floor? That kind of creeped us out a little bit. It just felt weird. I held on to my daughter. She's a little bitty thing. She weighs 100 pounds. And my husband had his arm around our 9-year-old. Also have a 24-year-old. He was just going to have to hold himself down. But I seriously felt like we could go flying at any minute. It was just the way it felt. It felt like the house could pop. It felt like I didn't know what was fixing to happen. It felt like whatever was going to happen, it was going to be sudden. So I was just thinking, I don't want anybody to be separated from each other. Just hold on to my daughter and my son and all of us, just to be together. And I was thinking, Amy, you're an idiot. Why did you not tell your family to put shoes on? And I guess this is negative thinking, but I was thinking, okay, house explodes, there's stuff everywhere, we're hurt, we need to walk out of the rubbish, and we have no shoes on, and we'll step on glass and nails and whatever. And so now that's in my mind. If there's ever going to be a tornado warning, we're going to put our shoes on. I'm going to take it seriously. So we're standing in the hall, and I can't, there's no words to explain how the air felt. And at one point, I hear all the way down the center of our roof. And I thought, we just lost a row of shingles. I just know we did. After it's all said and done, we did not lose any shingles. So I don't know what that sound was, but something went from one end of the roof to the other, and you could feel it. And there was silence. There was like storm, and then there was this pause, this complete silence that lasted for, I would say, probably about 2 to 3 minutes. And then it started storming again, and things started feeling more like just a regular storm. And then the next thing you know, the storm is gone, and we went out to see what happened, and we lost some little bitty limbs, nothing to complain about. But we had several neighbors who lost trees and fences, and there was a tree fell down over the road, blocked the road, and a block and a half from us, a building, it didn't explode, go outward, it went inward, it's caved in on itself. If I can find the picture, I may make that the thumbnail for this video. And I really feel like that thing that went over us, that it may have been a tornado that had not completely touched down. Thank goodness it didn't. But I feel like there was a tornado above us. That makes me sound like I'm being very dramatic. But I'm not. I'm not trying to hype it up. This really happened.